Welcome to Second Wind Adventures, where we start the next chapter in our life where retirement can be fun, exciting, and challenging.
Follow along with us as we continue to transition from our regular full-time work life to a more flexible lifestyle that includes cottage living, adventure travel, and our dream to circumnavigate the globe on a sailing catamaran.
This is us, Alina and Monty. We would love if you joined us so that we could share with you the trials of achieving our goals. Hi folks, we're back.
Yes, welcome back to Second Wind Adventures. It's been a bit of a hiatus, and we appreciate that all you viewers have tuned us back in.
Some of you may have been wondering why we had not published any videos over the last couple of months. And truth be told, we've had a little bit of a crisis moment. And sometimes, even with the most careful planning and decisions, life can have a tendency to throw curveballs unexpectedly.
So we ended up in a situation which required us to make some hard decisions about the build of Sphyrna, our Kinetic 54 catamaran. Given the circumstances that had forced us to change our course, we thought to ourselves, man, did we really screw up? Is this the end of our dream? Is it over?
So let's take you back a bit through the last couple of months to recount what happened. Back at the beginning of the year, we were humming along with the build and were progressing with the payments to the yard, and had covered about 2/3 of the progress to that point.
However, as circumstances would have it, we found ourselves in a situation where our boat fund, which was comprised mostly of aggressive investments in the market, took a turn in the wrong direction, in other words down, due to world markets and uncertainty, and this is primarily due to post-COVID inflationary effects. So once having the funds to complete the boat, at one point we found ourselves that we were behind.
This forced us to make a hard decision. We could either pause or cancel our build, or continue our build and end up in a situation where we would deplete our investments and have no more funds. If the latter, we would have had to sell the boat at completion if this were the case.
So we thought long and hard and presented our situation to the folks at Kinetic. And to say the least, they've been very understanding and extremely accommodating in working with us to find a solution. So what did we come up with?
The first was that Kinetic was able to quickly find a buyer for our current Spot 05, which was the next build up for completion. This came as a huge relief since it was reaffirmation of the demand for these wonderfully built catamarans in this high-end niche, and also that we're doing things that perhaps others also felt were desirable, functionally and aesthetically. We're now discussing and considering taking a later build, 08, which would take us into early 2026 as a target completion date. This would still be contingent on us signing a new agreement and also the recovery of our investments, funding the balance of the build, and this would be applied to the new build.
This course of action has some pros and cons, and the main benefit is that it gives us more time to get our finances in order and to build back our position in our boat fund in the coming months, which incidentally, as of December, is progressing very nicely. The second is that it also keeps our relationship with Kinetic in place and the dream of building our dream boat alive. Like I mentioned, they've been very, very accommodating, and we were able to find a new buyer for our position.
The main disadvantage is that it will cost us more, as we will be facing increased costs for materials and general inflation, but this additional cost will hopefully be recovered by an increase in our holdings during recovery. It will, of course, put us out for delivery perhaps first quarter 2026 at the earliest. For us, this is not so bad as I continue to work at my current job, and we can still satisfy our desire to sail and travel by chartering in various locations in the meantime.
Another consideration is that as Kinetic is constantly improving and upgrading their technology, we have the option to take advantage of some of the new tech and design considerations that they're working on into future builds, such as integrals, hybrid sail drive technology, full 48-volt electrical system, new extended coach roof option coming up in 5406, which we may consider in lieu of our separate solar arch that we had initially designed.
Anyway, we're still discussing and looking at various options. And I guess the big question is, are we going to recover our finances and achieve our goals, or is this it? If we're going to, find out which option we'll have, we're going to probably find out fairly soon in the coming weeks or months. We hope that you'll stay with us as we'll let you know if we will, and we will also cover how we did it.
In the meantime, we'll be publishing more content, I promise, as we continue to share that with you, what we've been up to during our travels and our active cottage life here in Canada. As part of the research we're doing while all this was going on, we learned a lot about boat insurance and boat registration and some issues that we're having with taxation, especially if you're a Canadian looking into doing the same. We look forward to sharing what we found with you in the new year. The other thing is we'll also be producing some episodes on our adventures locally, including covering some misadventures with some local wildlife in the area over this past summer. I'll also be covering some activities that I've been returning to now that I'm retired, including local fishing and outdoor activities and other endeavors I've been active with. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.
Namaste.